Well, lordy, lordy.
Lordy, lordy.
Hello
And welcome.
to the Minimum Wage Podcast.
Where even the name is above our pay grade. Episode 1, but technically the second one.
Second episode, but episode 1.
Yes. The pilot episode, I think, was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
Now we're back for another.
We are.
Whether you like it or not.
And if you're listening, we hope you like it.
Yeah,
I don't know why you're here if you don't.
Yeah, honestly,
pretty dumb.
it's a waste of your time if you're here and
Yeah.
you don't like it. And in which case, I would leave because we already got your listen data, so you can go on and do whatever you need to do today. By the way, you did not do the clothes. You need to run a load of laundry. Go get that now.
Your kid is screaming in the other room, and you're sat here watching us. Reevaluate your life.
And speaking of evaluating life, I guess we're going to talk today about
What our future plans are.
Yeah, and maybe we'll get into the future plans for the podcast because I feel like I think total we've recorded about 15 episodes in which we mentioned that we were going to talk about the future of the podcast, and we never do. But we probably won't this episode either. So
Facts. And there will probably be another 10 where we don't.
Yep.
Yeah, but we'll still mention it.
Yes. In fact, maybe that'll just be our thing. Maybe we'll always mention, hey, let's talk about what the future of the podcast.
Yeah, because I feel like we actually did talk about that in the pilot episode.
And the pilot, or like the first time we sat down?
No, like the pilot, the one that they have listened to already.
Okay, the official pilot.
The official pilot, version 3.
We did not make this easy for ourselves. We have already done so many episodes, none of which will see the light of day except for this one, hopefully. And
I love how you added hopefully. You never know what's going to happen.
You never know. This may never be heard, although if you're listening to this, obviously it's being heard. So
indeed.
Hey, who knows? Because we've had one instance in particular where we finished a banger of a podcast just to have the file get erased.
That was honestly one of the best podcasts. No, that was legit the best podcast we had done.
100%.
So far, honestly, the pilot might not have even been better.
Yeah.
Legit.
I don't think
that
it
was a
was.
sick podcast.
That was... I forgot what all we talked about. I just remember ending
know.
it, and I just felt incredible.
Yeah, we ended it, and I felt on top of Everest, bro. We reached the peak of our existence for podcast.
And now it's all downhill from there, so...
Exactly. And you're along for the downhill ride.
Exactly. As we slowly
Hey, the good news is
burn.
it doesn't take energy to go downhill.
It doesn't. Well...
It does take energy, but not for you.
It does take energy, but not active energy.
Thank God for gravity.
Thank the Lord. We didn't have gravity. I don't know what we'd be doing. Probably floating around or something.
Probably floating the sun. You never know.
Doing something wild.
Floating the sun. Infinite velocity or something.
Something along them lines. But yeah, we're going to talk about, I don't know, plans.
Yeah. So right now, I'm in college. You're about to be in college.
Yes.
We're about to be in the same college.
Which is wild.
And in the same part of that college as well.
Ah, true. For the same degree.
Yeah, actually, that's facts. I actually completely forgot that you were computer science.
And yes, I am computer science, and so is he.
Indeed. As you might have ascertained.
As you might have guessed, if you didn't, don't know what to say.
I have no words for you.
I have no words. But yeah, and gotta love computer science because you can do so much with that one piece of paper.
Yeah, that one computer science degree. There are so many jobs open on a daily basis. Jobs are opening out the wazoo.
Out the wazoo,
Out the wazoo.
And those jobs aren't going anywhere. And if they do go somewhere, we have bigger problems than worrying about where our jobs are.
We have bigger problems. Where'd my job go? It doesn't matter. There's bigger problems.
We have lost technology. Technology has failed, and that is a problem.
That's facts, yeah. We're back in the dark ages.
Oh, yeah.
We're running sticks and stones, but in real life.
Yes. Sticks and stones. Got to be getting those tomahawk kills.
Yes, dude.
Gotta be
I'd go absolute Apache mode. If we went to primitive life, I would be Genghis Khan.
I would channel his energy.
1,000 years down the road, 90% of the population would be able to trace their ancestry back to me.
Yeah.
That's how it would work.
Mercy.
Yes. I'll let you fill in the details.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, so we're in college. I will be a freshman in college this year. You're going to be a
Junior.
Junior in college, yeah.
Dude, crazy.
Honestly, it's absolutely wild.
It's flown by, honestly. When I was going into college, I was like, oh my God, another 4 years. I've got to sit here and work on a stupid little piece of paper. I already got one piece of paper. Now I need another 4-year paper.
Yeah, it's crazy how we spent 13 years getting that first one, and it don't mean jack compared to that second one.
Legitimately, those 4 years that you get
which-
from the second one are almost, well, not infinitely more valuable, but like, like probably 40 grand per year at least more valuable on average.
You don't really have to go to college. Like, there are people who think that college is like necessary. It's really not.
No, especially these days, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many options and opportunities.
Yeah, there's tons of people taking our jobs that don't have computer science degrees.
Exactly.
The good news is there are more jobs opening up. One door closes, another door opens.
Exactly. And that's really just going to continue to happening because looking at it, I don't think computer science is going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think we're going to need coders well into the future.
Yes. Unless someone comes up with like some sort of super intelligent AI that just takes over that for everyone, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, there's got to be somebody to code that AI.
Exactly. Someone's got to make the AI. So
yeah. AI is kind of getting scary. We had a podcast that will never see the light of day where we talked like pretty much only about AI.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to recreate that one because that's a big topic.
AI is definitely worthy of its own episode. Heck,
Yeah.
AI is worthy of its own podcast.
Facts.
There are podcasts that are just all about
artificial
AI
intelligence,
and news and tech
machine
news.
learning.
I mean, I don't know about you these days, but I keep really up to date with most technology news. I don't want to knock that off.
Yeah.
Keep up to date with technology news and such like that, and am involved in the realm of technology, especially as we are, we're going to college for computer science.
Yes.
We'll probably end up talking about that a lot.
Indeed. Yeah, and especially with like my focus being machine learning AI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it a lot.
I like to do more of the cybersecurity type of thing, which is probably where I'll end up going. I'm not going for a cybersecurity, so at the college that we're going to, there's a good program.
I'll be right back. I'm throwing out my gum.
For cybersecurity. And the reason I'm not going into that program in particular is because just getting the comp sci piece of paper, I can then go get other things that only take like a couple weeks and cost like $200 for a test, and then I'm pretty much just as qualified for cybersecurity as somebody who went to college all 4 years for the cybersecurity. Heck, if not more qualified.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the cybersecurity degree, when I was looking at it, I was debating between cybersecurity and computer science. And I finally decided to go computer science, much because of what you're saying.
It's so customizable.
Yeah, a lot of the degree, though, at our college is literally working through certifications. The classes are working through cybersecurity certifications.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah, so we're literally just fast-tracking ourselves.
Well, there you go.
If you want to do that.
If you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, then don't do it.
Yeah, either way, I'm fast-tracking myself because I did not want to do cybersecurity.
Well, and there you have it.
There you have it. Yeah, I don't plan on that being a big part of my future. I definitely will be secure. And you do have to take like introductory cybersecurity courses for a computer science degree.
I don't get how people get phished, man. People get phished so easily.
Bro, it's crazy to me.
Like there was a recent email that came out about it was actually from our college. Someone got phished because they gave away their passwords to their account and their Duo, everything. I'm like, how stupid are you? That's your own.
Oh yeah,
fault.
so Duo.
That's your own fault.
For those of you that don't know what Duo is a two-factor authentication service. So you can actually use it for like Snapchat and things like that, where every time you try and log in, it sends a notification to your phone, and you can either approve or deny. It shows the IP and the location.
Specifically made so that this type of crap doesn't happen.
Yes.
And then some idiot went and gave out. Bro,
what are you doing?
Like, who are they posing as to say, oh, we need your Duo password? No one needs your Duo password.
No one needs it.
No one but you. No one needs your passwords but you. No one should ever ask you for your password online. If they do, don't respond, or maybe block them, or report them, because no one will ever ask for your password. No legit source will ever ask for your password.
Yeah. If it's your dad, that's another story. We'll
if
say
it's your
never.
Dad, it's your other. Well, again, no one being like no company.
Yeah, and you'll never
No
get that
official
information like over the internet anywhere.
No, yeah.
Like, these are people that are close to you. They're gonna ask you in person.
And did they even like confirm that, like, before I send password, or like, well, even if I was going to, did they at least like try to confirm it, or do they just trust this person blindly?
Obviously, they trusted him blindly because they sent it.
Don't trust things on the internet. As a matter of fact, suspect everything. I suspect everything.
Yeah,
I assume
legitimately.
everything's phishing.
I've been getting like Walmart survey emails. I'm pretty sure it's from Walmart because I looked at one of the dates and it was like the day I went to Walmart. It said, was this you who completed a transaction at Walmart on blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure it's legitimately from Walmart, but I think it's a phishing email. I literally delete it every time.
Exactly. You know, I don't, don't trust anyone on the internet. People assume that you can just trust everyone. Maybe you, and you know, I trust people more in person than on the internet, because on the internet it's so much easier.
I don't even trust people I know on the internet.
Yeah,
because you never know who's posing behind that.
Yeah, because that's a great way to get phished. If my friend is messaging me on Instagram asking, "Can you send me $25 for this strange thing?" No. The answer is no.
It's facts.
If you want $25 from me, come show up to my house and ask for $25, or give me a phone call. No one is gonna message you on Instagram asking for money. That's stupid. How do you fall for that?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, there was this one thing. One of my friends sent me something on Instagram, and it totally looked like a scam. It looked like their account had gotten hacked. It turns out they're working for like a marketing agency, and so like one of their things was they had to DM like friends and try and push this product. And I saw that. I immediately thought that they got hacked. Like, I don't know how people don't have the mindset these days living on the internet that everything might be a potential scam or a potential attacker.
Yeah, and if you are going to be doing something like that, where you are going to be, pushing it out like that, send those messages on Instagram, but then also text them saying, "Hey, I'm doing this thing, I did not get hacked, yada yada." Make it clear, because if you don't, then people will think you get hacked, and then they'll like send things to Instagram, and they might get their account closed on accident, and
Yeah, true.
Yeah, problems.
I could have reported that.
I have reported a couple of things. All of them did end up being scams and all that.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You're cleaning up this cyberspace for us, brother.
Absolutely love that. As I learned more about how to hack things, I learned about how weak the security really is. And it's like, oh my gosh, people are really just walking around these days just
open.
Just everyone's phone leaks a bunch of information.
Yeah.
And all it takes is someone who just has a bucket to just walk around and just scoop it all up.
Exactly.
Just scoop up mass data and be like, all right. Nice.
Mine now.
Yep.
Now I know everything about you.
Like, for instance, people are like, oh, public Wi-Fi isn't that unsafe. No.
Public Wi-Fi is so unsafe.
It's bad.
If you connect to a network that I connect to, I will hack you if I feel like it.
You can use public Wi-Fi to watch YouTube. You're probably fine. Yeah. Never, ever buy anything on public Wi-Fi. Switch on. I would either use your service if you have it, or wait till you get home. It's not that important.
Yeah, really. There's nothing that you need to do immediately on public Wi-Fi like that.
Yeah. And if you don't have Wi-Fi and you don't have service, then you don't need to be using that. And you're probably not listening to this podcast either.
Yeah, I was going to say, how are they going to find themselves to YouTube, first of all, and then to our podcast? Bro, if you don't have service or Wi-Fi and you're listening to our podcast...
Well, maybe they're listening with a friend. And if you're listening with a friend, props to that friend for sharing.
Yeah. Thank you, friend.
Go get your own stuff.
Yeah, get Wi-Fi,
Honestly,
bro.
Get Wi-Fi.
It's
What?
2022 and you don't have
You don't have
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi? What is this?
Come on. I would
Get
love to
Wi-Fi.
flame you, but you're listening to the pod, so
That's true. And we thank you for that.
yeah. We thank you for that, even if you don't have Wi-Fi.
Uh,
or service, which is wild.
At the 17-minute mark of recording, I am now realizing that we said we are going to talk about self-improvement. We didn't.
Well, we were talking about future plans.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about future plans. We branched into cybersecurity.
Actually, I think we talked about talking about self-improvement before we started the pod.
we did.
So we've been going along the same vein.
Yeah,
We've been fine.
Yeah, we're kind of on topic this time. It's a bloody miracle. It's never happened before.
Facts.
But yeah, so currently in college. And I guess we can branch into exercise.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
that we covered.
Also,
college.
let me ask, what do you want to do after college? You said you just want the degree. Do you have any like actual plans?
I'm willing to work in any area of comp sci pretty much, just because I don't know. I find that all of them can be fun and enjoyable.
Facts.
And it's just all about, it's just choosing which one do I want to do. I like either ethical hacking or pen testing.
Okay.
Because those are just fun,
That's facts.
Yeah, and
You
so
love the game, the suspense.
exactly.
Yeah, it really is like the closest to a game.
Oh yeah, your work is to literally hack people.
Yeah, that is
It's
pretty
like,
sick.
oh, that's incredible.
And I've seen videos like there was this Wired video talking about ethical hackers. Like, what do they call it? Like red team hacking or whatever.
Yeah, red team.
Yeah. So this group of ethical hackers were hired by some energy company. And they got in like immediately. But what they did, they were legitimately like special forces, like operators.
Oh my god.
Like some of the guys on the team were like former special forces.
Oh, Lord.
And they're just like penetrating the physical security of this place. They're
Right.
opening doors and stuff, going in crazy.
I've learned a couple of their tricks to open doors and different things like that, which like that type of job is crazy, where like you get paid to infiltrate a business, hack their servers, and get out.
Yeah, that is
That
so
is incredible.
sick.
Like that's freaking sick. You're getting paid as you're doing stuff that you see in movies, and it's quite literally a crime, but you're getting paid to do it, and it's being allowed by the company. That's the whole point of the ethical part of it, where it's so pretty much what that type of work is a company hires a group of usually very experienced hackers, and they have an audit to see whether or not they are being safe enough. Usually it's a team of upwards of 3 or 4 people, because you have too many people, then it gets a little bit more suspicious. Then they will infiltrate, they will access whatever they need to access, hack the thing that they're supposed to hack, and because they're good at what they do, they can hack specifically the one target that they're targeting and say, here we access this, you're not being safe enough. Here's what we did. Here's how you can fix it.
Here's how we got in.
Because there's no better way to know if you're being safe than to say, I'm going to hire you to come in here and hack me. And if they can't hack them,
You're pretty doggone safe.
if they get caught or something, that's actually a good thing in the eyes of the company. Now, obviously, the one being hired is trying their darndest to, do the best they can to not get caught. There have been some stories of times where it goes a little bit south, because you need to have a good de-escalation protocol for when you get caught.
Facts. There's got to be some type of document with you from
Right.
the head of the company, and you've got to have like a phone number or
Everyone
somebody
has
you
to
can
have it on
call.
their person, has to have the contact, who has to be like ready to answer the phone and de-escalate in the moment, because otherwise, if a group of people gets caught breaking into a bank, which they do a lot, they break into and hack banks, they ain't gonna take kindly to that. And you need to have a good de-escalation protocol, or someone could end up injured.
Yeah, injured or
Did.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yes.
Yes. I don't know if YouTube. What what words that you say hurt the algorithm? Because I know like there are certain words that the algorithm like listens for.
I would love to know, actually. That would help us out a lot. I would love to find out. Yeah, actually, I'm literally going to write that down right now. And I'm going to look that up a little later. Yeah, what words de-promotes you in the algorithm? What is it called?
Because I don't think you can talk. Well, okay, I know that there's a certain R word that has a couple letters that you really can't say.
That's a couple letters.
That might be roughly 4-letter word, begins in R, ends in a type of monkey. Well, it's not a monkey. It's a monkey that doesn't have a tail. Usually we call them apes, but you know. That's all up to that. YouTube, keyword, algorithm. That's what we're just going to say. Algorithm. And maybe we'll get back to you on that in a future podcast. Maybe we won't. But
given our track record, we probably won't.
Yeah, we probably won't. Although we did write this one down. So
that's facts. Yeah, so we're one step ahead.
Yeah, we're one step ahead. Maybe we should have a whiteboard in here.
We actually had that thought for a while. Not me and you.
We did?
Me and EB.
EB. Yes. That would just be useful. Like, if we could walk in here and see everything that's going on and that needs to happen.
Yeah, there's actually one, if you walk into that other room to the side right there, right on the left. Yeah, and you can see what we were doing at the time we had the thought, because we actually have, like, all the ongoing projects, like incoming projects.
We should definitely, like, get one of those, although we should probably put it out here.
Yeah.
So that it's more in the open and used, because I would use that.
Yeah.
Because I like organization.
Well, we aren't doing nearly as much as we were doing here.
And it would be nice to see us doing more.
Yeah, it would be very nice. We should be doing more. We've got the facilities for it, big man.
I mean, look at all this equipment just sitting around in this room.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I'm staring at probably like,
thousands
that alone.
Of dollars in equipment.
Yeah.
I mean, look over there.
I mean, my computer alone is like 1,000.
Well, okay.
1,700, but
that's like your computer.
Minus my computer. All the stuff not owned by us is probably like $3-4 grand in here.
I mean, this room alone.
Yeah,
the room alone is
priceless.
Is so underused. We're recording a studio, completely equipped with soundproofing. We have walls that are quite literally made out of freaking carpet. The floor is carpet. We got a green screen. I mean, it's a great room for producing high quality stuff. And guess what we do with it?
Nothing.
And we making this podcast are the first people who have done things in here in a while. And
that's true.
It's just an underused place.
Yeah, absolutely. And it should be used more. There's no reason why it shouldn't be.
Yep.
We have plenty of stuff to make.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of a lot of things that we could make. I've had some great ideas for stuff that that I think would be pretty cool.
Because we work for a non-profit, though.
Which we're not going to name, so we're going to make it a little bit harder to try.
A little bit harder. They're kind of weary about, like, making money off certain things.
Which is wild, because to some, I guess they have to be a non-profit.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, I guess.
But can't you...
I don't know how that works exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how all that works. I do know that at the very least we could produce stuff just to
produce
be out there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we have the means, we have the equipment, we have the workers, the underpaid workers. I don't know why we're not.
At the very least, we make stuff that attracts more people to want to fund the nonprofit.
Exactly.
Even if we're not monetizing the content itself, the content can bring more fun.
Which is crazy, because we used to point a camera at everything here.
Yeah,
and
legitimately.
Now we should. I think we should point a camera at everything.
Everything, dude.
Because, I mean, we got all them freaking VHSs out there.
Yeah, we've got so many VHSs. Like thousands.
Gosh. I mean,
it's probably close to 1,000.
We can go back and look at things that happened back in the 80s, back in the 90s, and like it's pretty cool actually.
Early 2000s. Really, it probably stopped around 05.
It did, and I think we should bring that back.
That was the glory days.
I might bring that up to one of them.
Yeah, you should. Because right now there's so much going on, and honestly, we're doing more than we did back in those days. Obviously, like, there are some different things that are higher quality production back then, to be honest.
Yeah, we used to care a lot about our image and doing stuff well, and and then we kind of let that slip. I would like to see that be not slip.
Yeah, facts. Especially like events, bro.
Because we could do so much better, and I know we can. We have the means to. And you know what? I know why. I know why we slipped.
Why?
Because the people who used the old. All right, never mind. I'm not going to use their names. The people who used to run those events and organize the ones that were done well got old.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And
yeah,
people
that's exactly
are too lazy to step up and do it, or they're opposed to the idea of even trying to bring them back because of the fact that this has always confused me.
They were the glory days?
Because the original people who organized it don't want to organize it again. They don't want to do the event, even though I myself have offered to create a team of people to organize an event with a plan. I even gave them a plan, and they said no, because Mr. This and that are too old and do not want to run the event. It is too much work. And I said, what do you mean? I just offered to do everything. All I want from you is the approval to use your facilities. And they said no.
That is such backward logic, bro. I hate stuff like that. There's no reason. No reason for it.
It's just, it annoys me. It irks me.
Yeah, it irks me too. Even hearing from it secondhand, hearing about it.
And you know what? This year, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep doing it every year. You know what? Yeah, every year, I'm going to come up with a detailed plan, and I'm going to put it on their desk every year until they say yes. And if they don't, it's their own fault.
It is their own fault.
Because we could, and one thing in particular is the Christmas fair, the Christmas festival.
Yeah,
bring that back, bro. That thing was lit.
Have you actually talked to them about that one specifically?
Yes, multiple times for
That's
years.
The one that you're referring to?
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 2 or 3 years now.
That's crazy, dude.
I've just been bringing it up, especially whenever we were seniors. I'm like, we should do this. They said, no, you can't. I said, what?
That's
You're
ridiculous.
Just saying can't. Not. I was like, you don't understand.
All we need is you to say, I will allow it.
Yes.
And then all the legwork gets done by us. Everything. It just comes together. All you have to do is show up. You don't even have to show up.
You don't have to show up.
It'll
just
happen.
have to let it happen.
You just have to let it happen.
And they don't let it happen.
Wow.
Which confuses me. It you know what? Not only does it confuse me, it astonishes me.
Yeah, it is mighty astonishing.
I mean, I'm just left dumbfounded at the fact that they just won't let it happen.
Yeah, what that reminds me of is I'm reading The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss.
Oh, yeah?
And in the very beginning, before the book even starts, it's like the prologue, there's this instance where he's going through his life experiences, talking about why he does what he does now, which is pretty much nothing. And he remembers his first job at an ice cream shop.
Oh, yeah?
8-hour workday. He got everything that he needed to get done in about an hour and a half, and then just started reading comic books.
Huh.
And his boss fired him 3 days into the job because he was so efficient. You know, he got everything done that he needed to get done just super quick. But his boss fired him saying, maybe someday you'll learn the value of hard work.
What the hell does that even mean, bro?
Dude, it's like old people have a mindset where they're like, oh, if it's not done the way it's always been done, then it can't be done at all.
Which, not just hating on old people here. Love old people because they have a lot of knowledge.
We would not be here without old people.
Old
that's
people
for sure.
are very important. Listen to your elders, kids, and respect your elders. You know, because they definitely.
There's a lot to learn from elders for sure.
But not saying that you should just blindly respect everyone, because you know if someone is rude, there is some respect that is owed to them, but not as much as others.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter your age. If you're not giving me a reason to give you respect, then I'm not going to give you respect.
Well, I give everyone a certain level of inherent, like everyone gets some respect.
Just for being a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, you can lose that.
Yeah, very quickly.
Very quickly.
Dude,
Based off of how well I know you, like for instance, I will hold a door for everybody, unless you give me reason not to.
Yeah, that's facts. I like the way that you put that, because holding a door is the one thing nobody tells you have to hold a door.
Yeah,
but there's a certain level of common courtesy for other human
I don't
beings.
know. It's just something that I could do. It's like, why should I let the door close and make you open it whenever I can just stand here and hold it easily? I mean, it's not that much work. It doesn't take too much time.
That might go back to like our primal instincts of like less work, because it takes more work for the door to close and them to open it than you to just stand there holding it. I don't know.
If the door opened and closed for like all 5 people who walked in, as opposed to me just standing there and holding it, it just makes everything flow better. It makes their day slightly better. And by making their day slightly better, maybe they, like for instance, if I don't hold a door for someone, they might not like that. That could make their day worse. And then they could go on later and, get in a car accident, which is an extreme. Okay, that's an extreme example. Extreme example.
I didn't hold the door for somebody, so they got in a car accident.
I mean, someone could be aggravated by that, and it could spiral slowly.
Yeah, the butterfly effect is what you're telling us.
Yeah, which is a real thing. And people are like, oh, no, there's no way that could have a relation.
Everything's related, dude, pretty much.
Everything's related. Everything plays its part in the grand scheme of reality. And doing small things for people is nice, and people should do more small acts of kindness every day. Yeah,
the way I see it is you're adding a little more change to your karma purse.
And I also see it, if I don't hold the door, who will?
It's facts.
I can't be putting my trust in other people to do things. I gotta do it myself, dang it.
And also, what I think is, like, if I don't hold the door, it's just as easy for somebody else to not hold the door.
Yeah. And I don't want to come off as an asshole.
That's a bad spiral, though. Yeah. If I don't hold the door, the next person doesn't hold the door. The next person doesn't hold the door.
Maybe if I hold the door, someone else sees that, and maybe they'll hold the door.
That's what I'm saying.
And then, it'll spread slowly until... And that's what I like about being down south, man. You know what? This is a random topic, a random story. I'm going to just tell my story about Walmart.
Get on your soapbox.
So, how you know... Yep. Yep, here on my soapbox now. I was in Walmart, and one good way to know you're in a nice down south Walmart is I couldn't tell you the amount of times I heard "excuse me" walking down this one aisle in Walmart. There were like 10 people in there, packed aisle, but every time somebody walked past everyone, excuse me, pardon me, everyone is being kind, excusing themselves. If you go up north,
you'll never hear that.
Hey, I'm trying to get my pasta.
Get the hell out of my way.
Well, hey, what's wrong with you? Yes.
What's wrong with you when you see me riding through this aisle with my cart? How can you not move out of the way?
Exactly. And I'm not saying that applies to everyone, because that's obvious. If I was saying that applied to everyone, I would be stupid. And people who assume that whenever someone makes a statement like that, they're applying it to everyone, I think that they're stupid. So...
Yeah, we hate generalizations on the podcast.
And technically, I did just make a generalization, but it's I don't know. I feel like it's obvious that I don't mean that everyone in the South is nice and everyone in the North is rude.
Yeah,
they're not. That's just not the case. Do I mean? But
by and large, though,
based off of personal experience and what I've seen, I feel like my statement holds to some degree.
Yeah, based off experiential evidence, just from myself, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've been up north. My grandparents used to live up north, and we'd go up there all the time, like at least 3 times a year. So for at least 3 weeks out of the year, I was able to experience the culture.
Yes.
And it's very different, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally a different feeling. Like going places, it feels slightly different.
I definitely love being in the South a lot.
I do too.
I just don't like being up north as much, It's just not my vibe.
That's why I like Atlanta a lot, because it's like the New York City vibes.
It's like a mix of the South and a mix of New York, and although they say it's going to become the new Hollywood.
What? Oh yeah, because Georgia does all that stuff for filming.
Yeah, because a large portion of the film industry moved to Georgia, which is like that would be interesting. Although I hope the crazy fools down in California don't come over here.
Yeah, stay. If you're crazy, stay in California, please.
Please keep the crazy in California. That way, whenever it sinks into the ocean in like 10,000 years,
the crazies are all there.
Crazies are all gone.
Crazies are going with it, baby.
And don't get me wrong. There's some crazies down south, but I love them. They're funny.
Yeah, they're funny crazy.
They're funny crazy. Except for the really racist ones. We do not condone really racist ones.
Yeah, we don't we don't condone racist ones.
Yeah,
just in general.
Well, that's true. We don't condone racist.
we just the really racist ones.
Just the really racist ones. I mean, I can handle some mild racism, but the really racist ones, I'm like, okay.
No, we cannot have any of that. But just a little N-word here and there. No.
Only 2 per week,
You've got your quota. If you go over the quota,
Oh, now we're writing over stuff. Love that.
That's fine. I don't know what it is, but that's fine.
We have this very frequent thing where, for some reason, in our software, we just have old audio that we are recording over. Oh, you know what?
I remember what that is from.
Yep, I remember what that's from as well.
Yeah.
So now it makes sense.
Yeah, your phone call.
Yeah.
So if y'all watch the last pod, y'all know what we're recording over right now.
Yep, which means like this happened at about that exact time.
Yeah.
So hey, that's cool. And if you know that, that's also cool because that means you listened to the first episode.
You listened 40 minutes in almost.
If you haven't listened to the first episode, go listen to it.
Yeah, pause this, press spacebar or whatever.
Well, actually, at this point, you're pretty far in, so.
Yeah, just cue it.
Finish it.
Just cue it.
Just cue it. Listen. I would listen on that one next. And if the next episode 2 is out, maybe go listen to that.
Yeah. Either way, listen to everything that's out now.
Yes. Listen to all the podcasts and like them all and leave comments and we'll try to respond. Which, you know what? We said, yeah. I mentioned this, that we might talk about the podcast, and I want to mention that now briefly, is that posting comments. We will try our darndest for as long as we possibly can to respond to every comment.
Yeah.
If it gets to the point where we cannot respond to every comment, that would suck. But, that would also mean other things.
Well, that would also be great because that would mean we had too many comments to even respond to.
And maybe at that point we would, have a Discord or something. Who knows?
That's facts, yeah. If you really want to comment on the Discord.
There could be a Discord in the future.
I won't say near future, but in the future.
I was going to say not the near future, but maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future.
Let's see. We've talked about college. We've talked about the sound room here.
Yeah, future plans.
The industry that we work for.
Oh, I haven't actually said anything about what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I'm realizing. We're
Circle
looping back around.
Circling back like that press lady. What's her name?
I don't know. What are you referring to?
Joe Biden's
press secretary.
Yeah, press secretary. She loves
circling back.
But she never does.
Loves circling back.
Well, pretty much every time she would get asked a question that would press into anything, she's like, we're gonna put a pin in that, and we're gonna come back to that one later, and they never would. So, wow. Which is kind of like what we do sometimes on the podcast.
We're gonna put a pin in that and never circle back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna square back.
We're putting a pin in that, and we're just going to go ahead and circle right as my phone. We're going to circle back to what we started with here with your plans.
Yeah, so right now I am in my junior year. Well, going into my junior year of college. I plan on graduating May 2024. And immediately from there, hopefully, I'll already have an internship next summer, 2023, with the company that I want to work with. 2024, which is either Google, Amazon, Apple, or a startup, but preferably Apple out of anything.
Yeah, Apple is definitely a good place to work for just because they're not going anywhere and they are leading the industry right now in terms of new technology, so it's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, and to be honest, I've always been an Apple fanboy. Legitimately, from the time I was 2 years old, my family has had Macs. My family had the Mac desktop when I was probably, I don't know, we probably got our first one before I was even born, to be honest with you.
Oh, wow.
Because we had the Mac before they even had, we had a Mac tower. I'll just put it in perspective.
Wow.
Yeah, and not a Mac Pro.
Wow.
Not a Mac Pro.
Whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
we had a Mac Tower.
Wow.
So that should say a lot to you.
That-
But my
yeah.
dad has always loved Macs. I have loved Macs because of that. And my entire life, I've been an Apple fan, dude. The first big purchase I ever made was an Apple iPod. And
Oh, yeah.
I was in the third grade. I was 8 years old. Lord knows where I got $82 from. But you better believe I won that eBay bid, baby.
Yeah. Oh, you got on
On eBay.
What a bid.
Thinking about it now, it's kind of crazy, dude. My little 8-year-old ass was on eBay buying iPods.
Wait, what? That's crazy.
Bro, what in the world?
I tell you what I wasn't doing at 8 years old.
Buying iPods on eBay?
No, sir.
That's crazy, dude.
Was I even was I even using the internet back then? I don't think I was using the
At
internet
8?
So we had restricted internet access. Plus I don't think I just had a reason to use the internet. I know I had Nintendo DS at that point in time, man. I love
okay.
Nintendo DS. Big fan of Nintendo. Not a fan of some of their practices.
What do they do?
Well, just like, I don't know, just how they, especially some of their customers, support history has not been the prettiest.
Like what? I don't know. This is like the Shadow
okay.
Realm.
Look, I bring up things that I'm going to have to look into and then get back to you on.
Okay, so put a pin in it and circle
Yes,
back.
exactly. All right. I'm putting a pin in that, and we're going to circle back. Probably never. But
Yeah.
still,
All right,
because-
love to hear that.
Yeah, love to hear that. We're probably not
But-
going to hear about that again. Although,
Probably the difference for me, though, was I didn't have, like... Well, we had a GameCube when I was young. We probably got it when I was, like, 7. But apart from that, we never really had, like, little consoles like that.
our first console in the house was a Wii. Love the Wii.
That
Great
was our
console.
second.
That was a revolutionary console as well. I mean,
Yeah, it truly was. I love
Incredible.
the fact that we went from GameCube to Wii, so we could just use the same controllers on GoldenEye, baby.
GoldenEye 007.
Oh my gosh, dude.
What a game.
What a game. That
What a
was
game.
truly a legendary game. That was probably first-person shooter, like...
It's my first
Prime.
first-person shooter.
yeah,
right
that was
there.
definitely my first.
Yeah.
But, needless to say, growing up, Apple fanboy, I want to work for Apple, dude.
Love that.
I love their products. I love their mission. I love that they are the best ecosystem in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that they're a little more expensive, but
Well, it's just because you're paying for that best ecosystem in
Yeah,
the world. And
it
it's
makes
because
sense.
they're aware that they're the best ecosystem, so they're like, yeah, we're going to upcharge this.
yeah.
Although the iPhone SE, great value.
Yeah,
Great
dude.
value.
Oh my gosh.
It's,
And that
it's
honestly,
incredible.
that's probably a marketing ploy to get you into that walled
That's
garden,
what
baby.
Well, it's because they know Apple's all about that ecosystem,
Mhm.
and so they want to give you that entry level.
Yeah.
And once you're in, you're like, oh my gosh, this
You're
is-
locked in tight.
They're like, this is so convenient.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to my friend Tim about that literally yesterday because he was like, man, the new Tim happened when I bought my iPhone.
The new Tim.
I was like, wow, dude, that is profound.
Really, it was that much of a change.
I guess that in his mind was the time when his mindset started shifting about things and he started becoming his own man and whatnot.
I mean, I feel like you have to have a certain mindset to own Apple. I don't know.
I guess, dude, hey, the proof is in the pudding. We heard it straight from the horse's mouth, dude. But yeah, he had been an Android guy for forever. And I was like, bro, Tim, you realize the SE is $250. And then I think I've told this story.
Mhm.
Oh, probably on a pod that we never
But yeah,
released. Yeah.
not on a pod that we.
But yeah, dude, I was like, bro, it's $250. You should definitely look into buying it. Next time I saw him,
yeah,
he had it.
he had it.
He had that SE, baby.
Love that.
Yeah, and he is big up on Apple now. He just purchased his first pair of AirPod Pros
Oh,
yesterday, but he had AirPod Gen 2s previously. The charging case messed up, but
L. I got the Pro
Anyway.
right here.
in the future, I want to work for Apple for sure if I can.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there'll be opportunities because they're definitely. I know they're still hiring right now.
They're always hiring.
Yeah, exactly.
Any big company is always hiring.
Apple's always expanding, and they always have some new project. Hey, and maybe if you work there, you can have the insider information and and maybe give me some of that information about
Dude.
some releases. Like, when's the Apple Glass coming?
You better believe it.
Someone needs to work on batteries. Someone needs to go work on battery technology so that we can get our Apple glasses.
Yeah,
Please.
that's actually one thing that I've kind of been looking into recently.
Is when they're coming out?
No, batteries.
Batteries.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
When they're coming out.
The Apple glasses have been rumored to they're pretty much done. They're done,
Really?
except for the battery technology just isn't good enough because we can get processing power small enough. We can get stuff, on the
In
screen.
front of your face.
We have AR technology that is good enough to overlay. That's all there. All we need is the ability to because I'm not gonna wear a pair of glasses that's only gonna last 6 hours. No, it's gotta last all day. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd actually be down to wear a pair of glasses that only last 6 hours because I'd use them for the parts of my day that I'd be out of the house.
Right, but they would also have to because they also plan on being able to do prescription lenses and all that.
Oh yeah. So they definitely need that
for people,
battery
and
life.
plus a watch needs to last all day, which it does now, which is great. Love that.
I do love that.
Because if you're gonna be able to have the sleep tracking, then you need to last all day. Because it's okay, I have to wear it whenever I sleep. When the heck am I gonna charge it? And I charge it usually once a day, about half an hour, and that's all I need.
Really?
Yeah.
The man says as his watch is dead.
Yeah, as my watch is dead. Well, okay, that's my own fault though.
Yeah, mine's at 95% right now.
Yeah, very very different percents. Actually, it might still have power. I put it in power reserve when it had
Click the button.
when it had 1% left. No,
Click
I don't
the button.
I don't want to just. I'm trying to keep as much power.
Click
there
the
as
button.
I can.
I want to see the time.
It's bad to fully discharge. You can see the time. It's 1:58.
John, I want to see the time on your watch.
Oh my god!
Oh, is it full dead?
Still
It's still going.
It's still got a little bit of power.
159.
Except it does have a charge symbol next to it, so
Yes.
it's desperately low on power.
Yeah, desperately. It needs some juice.
And my phone, I think the max charge on it now is 84%, which means it's about time to get an appointment up with Apple to get a new battery.
What is that? Do you have Apple Care Plus?
No.
But it's still like $30 or something, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 85% is my maximum charge right now.
Funny that you say that. I'm going to look right now. I guarantee you it can't be any higher than 75. Let's see.
They say you should get a new one at 80%, but I'm already getting kind of annoyed with it at 85. Oh, what's it at?
83.
Oh, not bad.
That's not bad at all, actually.
They get good battery life out of their products because they have good battery management systems.
Yeah, that's facts. And if you use Apple Cord, Apple Brick, it's pretty incredible, actually.
You have battery management systems all the way through.
Yeah.
So you're getting good charge. Yes, it costs more money.
They are engineered for longevity, though.
If you look inside that brick, you'll see it's not just converting the power. It's doing a lot more.
Yeah, and that's one thing
Which
I realized.
keeps your stuff safe.
When I ordered a third-party brick, not like an Anchor brick, because those are actually good.
Yeah,
but
Anchors are like Apple, and they are engineered well. So if you want an off-brand one, go with Anchor.
Yeah, but I got a super cheap third-party one from CVS or something.
Mm-hmm.
The weight difference is so wild.
Yeah, and it's okay, there's got to be something in there that's different.
There's got to be something more in that Apple brick.
So the Apple brick actually has the ability to it has a computer on it. Very, very weak, very small, and it just keeps power going the way it should and makes sure that you're not getting too much in, not too much out.
Yeah. I love
Keeps everything
optimized
safe.
battery charging
Optimized,
too.
yes.
I don't know
Definitely keep
what
that on.
iOS version that came out with, but it's a recent change. More recent, within the last 2 years, I would say. That is a feature I doubt if any Android has. And it is mind-boggling.
I think Android's it's pretty everything has a form of optimized battery charging these days. It's just how good is it?
Yeah, that's actually probably facts.
I have it on my laptop. I'm sure that probably has it.
Yeah, what I love about Apple, though, is they learn your routines. Their AI working in the background is sublime.
Yeah, you just have a whole neural engine just in your phone.
It's wild, bro.
And it's crazy how good the neural engine is.
Bro, one thing that happened to me the other day, I texted my friend Colin from the AirPods. I said, I got a message in on the AirPods, and I said, reply. And then I said, bet. And I looked at my phone. It sent with 3 T's.
Wow.
Yes.
So they just know.
They know me, bro.
They know.
And that's what
They
I
just
wanted
know.
too.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I wanted.
incredible.
It was perfect
so, like-
context to have 3 T's.
So there are some things on Apple that take a longer time to come out as a new feature than they do on Android. And part of that is because part of what Apple is built for is like if you want to like open an app. For instance, I want to open my camera app. On an Android, sometimes that can take a couple of seconds. On Apple here, we're in.
Yeah.
1 second.
What I love about
Tops.
this,
1 second max.
so
Launching apps, so optimized.
they actually removed the 3D touch
They
from the
did.
phones.
I didn't like that. I like 3D touch.
I love it, dude, because on my phone, I've got the camera icon in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and I can give the perfect touch. Well, now I can't because I'm holding the phone weird.
I can like still hold and do it, but it's not the push down like
Yeah.
it used to be. It's just the fact that
You
you're
can hold
holding
it
there.
down and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this because I know the perfect amount of pressure. Like my fingers just learned the
Yeah.
perfect amount of pressure to be able to click the camera button on my phone and immediately the camera opens.
Although I forgot why they took it out.
I
What was
think
the
they took it
reason
out
for
because users weren't using it enough. So it was
Yeah.
like bringing the cost up for the phones,
cost it for the phone,
even though
but
people
no one was
weren't really
it.
using it. Yeah.
Yeah, which I guess that's understandable.
there
if-
are some-
if en masse, you know.
Some definitely low power users that were using it wrong. So they would try and hit this, and they'd be like, "Oh, my doggone camera is never working," because they would just be like trying to hold it or something. I literally can't not do it now because my finger just knows. But like they try and like hit their camera on here and not realize that it's force touch rather
Yeah.
than like hold or something like that. So it was
Well,
probably for like the old people.
That's not people who are like tapping like this, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Ones aren't pushing. Ones are. Oh, sorry. I just went that sound into my microphone. I apologize. But like, yeah. I mean, I love Apple. I definitely couldn't daily drive an Apple, just because I also like my Windows.
You're talking about for your computer.
Yeah.
You'll always be able to daily drive the phone.
Whenever I have the Apple has its place in everything but like the actual processing, and whenever I'm trying to do tasks, like I like to have a nice streamlined thing, but I also like the customization that is offered on Windows and Linux and all those type things. Like I don't have an Android. At some point I plan to buy a cheap little Android, that way I can do some projects on that, because Apple really isn't good for doing the type of projects that I'm
You're not
looking
gonna
to
be hacking
do.
with an Apple phone.
Exactly. You're not hacking with it, which yes, you could make a Hackintosh, but those
That's-
are kind of outdated.
Why would you go the
Yeah.
extra mile?
Why would you bother making a Hackintosh? Just get another computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Realistically,
It's not that hard.
these days, especially with the price of like Windows computers, they're so cheap.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you shouldn't have both. I have both.
I have I just have a Windows computer. I plan on getting an iPad soon though, which will be the Apple computer,
Okay.
because I mean
You're trying to get like the M1.
yeah, because it's just crazy.
Oh my gosh.
It's
There's no
just
reason why you
crazy.
shouldn't.
Yeah, why shouldn't you? And I mean that way I will transfer my phone to being what I carry with me, and then my iPad is what I'll use at home for like work and all that type of stuff. And
That'll
then
be
my
super nice.
laptop, and then my laptop and desktop, which will be running on Windows, will be kept as a separate piece of my technology.
Thinking
See that
about
look on the face. Desktops.
the desktops.
Are you looking in the market these days?
Guess what?
What?
I just figured out you can put your desktop on your iCloud drive. Like the desktop on your computer
Just on your iCloud drive.
on your iCloud drive. So you can look right here
Yeah.
and see what's
I'm
on
seeing
my
your
desktop, okay?
And he's on the app on his phone.
Now see
For
Xair.
iCloud Drive. Oh my gosh, it's all there.
It's literally all there,
It's all
dude.
there. That's incredible.
Yes. That one thing alone.
That's what's great.
is
That's what's
insane.
great about Apple. It's all synced up.
Yes, dude.
Like there are people who can just transfer from their phone and then just like place their phone down and grab their iPad and be doing the same
Exactly.
thing. And
What
then they put down
Android
the iPad
user-
and then they hop on their laptop. And they're doing the same thing. All the projects are all there, synced up, all the apps, all the files, they're all just there.
It's beautiful.
They're there when you need them to be. Apple is just, it's always there. It always works.
Wherever you're at, you're going to have your files.
Exactly.
I love that.
Love that.
And then also, what's crazy now is like the functionality with notes, where if you have your iPad and your phone next to you, you can like pick up something and like place it down on the other thing.
Oh, that is just
it's
incredible.
Wild, bro. Just
It's
crazy technology.
Crazy, honestly. And we've
Unparalleled.
come so far.
Yeah. I remember the iPod that I bought.
Yeah.
So at 8 years old, that iPod could not do jack, dude. When I got it, I was like, before I connected it to Wi-Fi, I got it in the mail, and then I was not actually at home. My mom picked me up from somewhere, and then straight from that place, we were going to my aunt's house. And my aunt, for some reason, didn't have Wi-Fi at her house. So I don't know what was going on back then, but she didn't have Wi-Fi. Or at least not for me, you know? So
not for you.
Not for me, dude. I don't know how that happened, but we pull up, and my mom picks me up with the iPod in her hand. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm there just messing with it. There's nothing you could have done. I was literally scrolling through the settings, like looking at every single setting, and that was the most I could do. Really, I had like the clock on there. The App Store, when not connected to the internet, doesn't help you out a whole lot.
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah, but, you know, we have come a long, long way.
Yes, and it's gotten to the point where technology is like a necessary part of everyday life.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have a phone, which is why I hear all these parents saying, oh, yeah, my kid's not getting a phone until they're 18. I'm sorry. That's not true. It's not going to happen. There's no way. Because of our world that we live in, you need to be able to have a phone.
Yeah.
And
I'll give my kids a doggone like flip phone.
Like, yeah, don't. I am totally against having iPad kids. iPad kids are a problem.
iPad kids are a big problem.
iPad kids are a big problem. I can think of two of them off the top of my head.
No, I can think of the same two.
I can think of the same. Yeah, me and you don't even have to say a word, and we already know who they are.
We know the exact iPad kids we're talking about.
Yeah, you know, that's a problem. Because it is addicting to kids.
What I think about, though, is like
giving a limited access and teaching them how to use it in their daily life without it being a problem is important. You can't just hide it from them and then say, okay, you're 18, you know, now you can technically go do whatever you want. They're going to go out and get a phone.
Yeah, true.
And they're not going to have like these, well, they might not have the self-restraint to, I don't know, not use it for crazy amounts of time. I can think of one of my friends. Not dogging them. It's what? Yeah, M.
Yeah.
Where their parents just didn't let them play much. And so whenever they got access to it, they would play a lot because it was a forbidden fruit.
That's exactly right.
Type thing. And people should not make technology a forbidden fruit. It's like, no, this is an everyday part of our lives. We should learn how to use it and how to, you know.
Use it responsibly.
Yeah, use it responsibly as opposed to just, let's just hide it away.
Yeah.
And don't let people touch it because we can't risk, you know, anything happening.
Oh, I very much agree with that. And I think you're going to stunt your kids' growth in the real world by not giving them access to technology. Because every single one of the people that they're around is going to have access to technology.
Yeah. So
and therefore, you're going to be behind the curve.
Whether you like it or not, they're going to be exposed to it.
Yeah. So it's up to you to make sure that they're exposed in the right way.
Exactly.
It's kind of the same way with, like, I think about this with alcohol. Like, I'm going to let my kids drink wine, like, at the dinner table and stuff, like, at my house, you know? I think that's not going to lead to them being alcoholics.
No.
I think very much the opposite. Like, if they have a taste of that, you know, if they realize, like, it's not as much as it's cracked up to be, that they're not going to want to go out and party all the time when they have that opportunity.
I'd say maybe at, like, 16-ish. Is like whenever I would begin to, you know, be like, okay, you can have small tastes.
Yeah.
And then once they're 18, you can have like a beer if you're at the house, and maybe
Yeah.
have 2 beers on
I'll
like
let
a,
him. I'll let him
2
even
beers
before
on your
that.
birthday or something
Like
that.
probably 14 for me. Like I'll let them have taste of
Yeah.
stuff, and then like 16, maybe they get like half a glass of wine at dinner if they want.
Not much, just a little bit every so often.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
way it's not. You will never have alcohol touch your lips until you turn 21, and then you're expected to know how much to drink. Like how much is an acceptable amount? Well, someone could go and buy a bottle of like hard liquor, and then they pour a glass of that. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have a glass of alcohol like I have a glass of milk. That's not gonna end well. They're gonna have a wild night. If you pour a bottle of Jack, if I poured Jack Daniels like I poured milk.
You'll have a wild night and a worse morning.
Oh, yes. I would have a wild night and a worse week, because I drink a lot of milk.
Yeah, legitimately.
Like last night, I think I had like 2.5 glasses of milk.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, if you drink Jack Daniels
I was
like that,
Jack. No.
game over, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's like legit alcohol poisoning.
100%.
Especially if you have no tolerance.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're dead.
No tolerance. Yeah.
Wow. Well, with that, it's been an incredible podcast.
Yeah, we
Thank
covered
you all for listening.
Self-improvement. We're not actually self-improvement. We covered some of our plans. We covered
self-improvement will be the next one.
Will it?
Probably not.
Well, whether or not it is, I'm gonna have. I said we place a pin in that, and we circle back. Place a pin in that. Let's circle back
for sure.
With that, that's the first or episode 1 of the Minimum Wage podcast.
Check us out on Instagram.
Yes, check us out on Instagram where
follow
we'll
us.
Be posting every so often. Maybe we'll talk about how often we're going to post and the type of content that we'll post. But we'll definitely be posting whenever we release
new episode comes out.
So,
So if you want to hear about that, check on there with us.
Yes.
With that, thank you all for listening. This has been the Minimum Wage Podcast,
where even the name is above our pay grade. Peace.